we will start. So, hi Tanma.
Hi Mukesh.
So, welcome to the no session. And I think I know you since first semester. We did our assignment together, I believe, in the
Mm,
first semester, and since
Yeah.
we have been interacting in some way or the other since then.
Mm.
So, Tanma, why you chose for MTech rather than just going by this very focused kind of nano degrees and all?
So yeah, there were many reasons behind that. So one first reason is that I'm from the AIML background itself. I'm working in the domain of automatic speech recognition, and there I majorly like working on the applied side, or you can say on the implementation side. But still, there are many nuances. Still, there are many mathematics behind whatever we are doing, like whether it's loss function, whether it's back propagation. There are many other algorithms and things that we don't know, however we are using it,
Hmm.
right? So the idea behind is that okay, with this course, I go through the course in detail, whatever will be the electives, whatever will be the like content of the course, what all topics they will teach. So it seems interesting to me, and I thought that that is what I will get the background
Hmm.
whatever I'm implementing, because it's majorly related to the AIML itself. And the second thought process is that bits has its like on name itself.
Hmm.
So yeah, the second thought process is that yeah, the content, since bits has its own good like a good name, so
Hmm.
the content, whoever design the content will be quite skilled and experienced enough to know the insights of the industries. The professors will be good enough who like are well experienced about all those courses. And bits tag itself, everyone know the quality of the bits.
Hmm.
So with that, with the skill sets and whatever my requirements are, I
Hmm.
will also get the degree. And with the degree itself, like I thought it is a like win-win situation, whether it's whatever I'm expecting, and I don't even have to take the break,
Hmm.
because speech part or speech recognition is like one of the niche area of the AIML domain.
Hmm.
And you will hardly find few of the universities right now who are like majorly like focusing on the speech part, or specifically they have some program related to the masters.
Hmm.
So I don't want to take the break, I want to be in the continuity, because every year, or I can say nowadays, few months we get some new research, new ideas, new concepts. So that I don't want to take a break.
Hmm. Hmm. And so how much of relevant experience and overall experience you have till now?
So like I started my career within this AIML domain itself. Uh, right now I am having like around plus years of experience
Hmm.
in the automatic speech recognition itself. And yeah, my overall experience is the same itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll discuss more about your this domain related things because
Mhm.
that is an area which people will be wanting to know more about, right? Because it's a niche skill. Now, when we started with this MTech, right? For me, this first sem was very tough. How
Mm.
did you cope with that? Did you have any suggestions or any plan you had that time?
So yeah, the first sem was quite difficult for me as well, because at that time it was new for me. And I really don't have any idea about assignments, quizzes, mid sems and sems.
Mm.
And even I didn't get how the lectures are going on, whatever the professors are teaching. So there are more or less broken parts in between.
Mm.
So what I did is apart from whatever the study matter, like we get the course and notes, we get the PDFs. I try to find some material outside the bits, like on the YouTube, on some like Stanford lectures or some good professor lectures. And I also form a small study group. So for example, like there are many good peers within our group itself, and when we chat or when we have our group discussion, we get to know each other more. So
Mm.
we form a small group, and within that small community, like we used to we used to help each one of us wherever someone is stuck, wherever someone has doubts.
Mm.
Even the same group, same community help us in the exam as well. So that's what, yeah,
Yeah, so
I
there with
prepare.
the so yeah, so it was more like helping each other. So
Right.
that's actually a good approach, I feel. Because certainly, I mean, some people gain a good understanding of a certain topic, right?
Mm.
And then it becomes like a and certainly the good understanding would have come through going through the lectures, YouTubes, some other sites
Right.
and all, and they kind of consolidate it and explain it to you, and it helps in the overall knowledge.
Like, so it was more like exponential learning, I can say.
Mm-hmm.
So like with my experience, what I have learned is the person who is teaching, like his concepts will also get clear. He know everything in mind, like it's like I can say freezing everything in his mind. And the person who is teaching from them, like they are also learning, and it also helps them to resolve their doubts, their queries, and it also helps to manage the time as well. So
Mm-hmm.
what we do is like we try to break the subjects and we break the topics, like we distribute the topics just like in some companies, like we distribute the responsibilities. So we distribute the subjects to each one of us, we distribute the topics each one of us, and make the owner of that particular subject or the topic.
Mm-hmm.
And based on that, it's his responsibility that everyone in the group will know that particular topic, will understand that topic, and whatever the doubts anyone has, they have to resolve that doubt. So with that, like it's like that person will be the master of that topic, and it will help others to resolve all their doubts within the limited time frame, because it's very difficult to manage the time and cope up with the curriculum. So
And
yeah.
apart from that, you also dedicated some time of your own, like on a regular basis or in a standard way.
Right. So what I used to do is like I just try to cop up with the quizzes and with specifically with the lectures itself. I just try whatever the professor has teach. I just try to cop up till that only. And at the end, before few of the weeks of the examination, we used to form a study group where we discuss everything, where we study offline, and then we come together and help each other. So the first thing is just to cope up with the professor itself, because it itself is a challenging, because in a week we have like around 4 subjects, 2 hours each, so it's like 8 hours of subjects. And apart from that, we also have uh, quizzes or segments, and on the top of that we also have webinars. So a typical webinar generally it's of like 1.5 to 2 hours, so at least 2 webinar each subject, so 8 hours more. So that is difficult to manage.
Right, and how, how did you go about choosing the electives? So in second sem we had a choice of two electives, and in the third sem is totally electives. So one I think is your goal was towards the ASR. So
Mhm.
did you mold everything towards that, or there's some other thinking went into?
Yeah, so like my goal was clear, like why I'm pursuing this course. My goal was to that I am from the ASR domain, and I will be in the ASR domain in the next 5 years only. Like I will not going in some other domain. I will not switch, at least as of now. Like might be in future, I'm not sure, but for now that's my goal. That's the clear picture. So with respect to that, what I have to learn, what I have to cop up, and if that particular ASR domain is like uh, like can be further improved, or we can diversify that ASR group. So for example, after ASR we have the NLU part as well. So that NLU knowledge, if you can have, that would be quite good. So that NLU knowledge you can be get from the NLP course, right? So the main idea behind choosing the elective is just go through all the electives in details, whatever the course content is, and whether it is matching whatever I'm expecting or not, whatever my goal is not. So that's the sole criteria behind choosing the electives. starting in the first sem, or not first sem, but in the first year. But as the semester passes, as I learn, so the criteria little bit changes as well. So that time I was little bit more focused how good the professor is, because in the second year itself we get to know, like after teaching most of the professors, we get the idea how good the professor is, how do they, what is their teaching methods. Because I feel that teaching is an art. Everyone knows everything, but it's difficult to like, like uh, uh, create your thought process and let the students know the intuition behind it.
Yeah.
So teaching is an art. So that's why in the second year, my criteria was also like how good the professor is, how good the subject is, and how it will be helpful for me in the future.
Mm-hmm. So you considered the professor, you considered your overall goal towards the electives, and
And how easy that
easy,
subject is. It
easy as well.
also,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, easiness
Because,
is also there, because sometimes you need to focus on your professional life, right? Something
right,
it
right.
happens that you want to focus on your professional life for like a 6 months and so on.
Right. So that balance between is very important.
Mm-hmm.
So in the first year, I choose like one of the toughest electives.
Mm.
So that is quite difficult to manage everything. But in the second year, I'm like little bit more mature,
Mm.
and I choose like I took a balanced approach between them
Mm.
to choose the
So
electives.
what were your electives in the second sem, and what were in the third sem?
Okay. So I guess I'm not like remember
Second sem,
second time.
uh,
I guess ML,
NLP you would
ML,
have
yeah,
taken,
yeah,
and one
NL,
more, right? ML optimizations, correct?
right. NLP and the ML optimization.
Optimizer. And in the third sem, yeah, what all you
Third
have
sem,
taken?
yeah, in the third sem I have NLP application, ML operations, and then advanced deep learning and video analytics.
Video analytics. Okay. Okay. So, do you think, like in hindsight, now is third sem, right? And after that, we will just have dissertation, no more subjects, correct? So, do you think any electives you think that you should have taken? But and I know we couldn't take everything, right? Because we had to balance this. We have two specialization, NLP and deep learning specialization, and the subjects are like tied to it. So yeah. So did you kind of, so which specialization you are going for right now? Is a deep learning one or
No,
general?
right now I'm going for general only.
You are going for general. Okay. So so general specialization you are taking, and so which subject do you think you missed, and probably it will become relevant kind of. And for me,
So
I think I feel that fact ML is important as of today.
right, and so here I want to divide it into two parts. First
Mm.
thing is the opportunity that I get, and the second thing is the opportunity that bits show to me,
Mm.
but at that they have removed those electives. So the
Mm.
first, the first thing is uh, SMA one, like social media analytics. So nowadays there is boom around social media. Like there is a lot of things going on. People are uh, uh, like posting anything, anywhere, everything on the social media.
Mm.
So that is, I think, one of the important thing where we can like use our application, whether it's an LP application, deep learning application, whether it's to determine the deep fake, whether it's to create the images, whether it's to even create the data set itself, whether to do the sentiment analysis. I guess that was already a solved problem, but still there are many use cases around that.
Mm.
And second one is fact ML, as you mentioned,
Mm.
and second might be GNN as well, because graph neural network, it's like most of the things social media, again it's related
Mm.
to mostly to that only. There are still many things, and it's still in the early stage. In
Mm.
the future we might get few of the applications, But yeah, but as I mentioned, I have to choose the balance approach. So at least I'm happy that yeah, I'm able to do uh, like do the enough for each subject.
Hmm.
Uh,
And
that
what?
was for the first, yeah.
So what about? So do you have any PhD aspirations, and further do you have research aspirations? And did you choose any electives which kind of helps you towards research? Because research probably uh, it requires a bit more advanced topics, right? Which might be covered in ADL, advanced deep learning and all. So you
Yeah.
so did you choose electives with that context as well?
Yeah, so I try to balance everything as well. So
Mm.
advanced deep learning, as you mentioned, I chosen that elective, and I guess most of the electives or with most of the subjects, I'm eligible for that research point as well.
Mm.
But to be frank, right now, I don't have any specific plan for the PhD or the higher studies. But the thing is, I also keep in mind that whatever right now I'm pursuing this course in future, if might be I having some plan, this course can help me, and this particular degree can help me for the research purpose as well. Right now I'm more focused towards the startups, building something
Mm-hmm.
uh, out of that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
right now I'm not much focused towards, yeah,
yeah.
that.
We will come to the startup part. And so, do you think, from the course perspective, is this something which can be improved? Yeah, or probably we wish that okay, if it was this way, then probably we could have been more efficient or more uh, knowledgeful or something like that.
Yeah, so there are many things like there are many broken parts in between. So I
Mm.
think even it's difficult for from bits as well, because I think we are the first batch for this EIML.
Mm.
So even I guess they are also building their course. They are also learning what is the relevance. They are also fixing all these things in between. And I also get to know from our junior batch, like now they have a better professors than we would be having, and a better course,
Mm.
better topics specifically, whatever we study. So I guess BITS is also working on that. But I think faculties, first thing is, most of the faculties, I think they are from industrial experts. They know most of the stuff,
Mm.
but they hardly able to explain the stuff
Mm.
in the easy manner. And I feel that few of the professors are struggling with the infrastructure as well. Like in the first sem, I remember like it took more than 10 days or 15 days for the ML teacher to just uh, use the basic stencil.
Mm.
So apart from that, from the curriculum perspective as well, like uh, uh, for example, right now we have a 2 hours stretch lecture, right? So
Mm.
it's quite difficult to have 8 hours lecture in a week. So
Mm.
might be it can be break even in for the like 1 hour lecture,
Mm.
might be like 2 times in a day, or
Mm.
might be 2 times on Saturday and Sunday. So that can be easy, because for now I feel that it's more like completing the course only,
Mm.
rather than getting the students learning and understanding the stuff.
Mm.
Same for the webinar as well. I think it can be improved further, like rather than just running the code, rather than just simply having the script,
Mm.
that professors can show some real-time applications or the real-time use case where it can be implemented.
Mm.
And we can also have so I'm in like semester 3, and I think still we don't know most of our colleagues as well, right?
Mm.
So there might be some activities, or there might be some uh, like group formation or anything
Mm.
where we interact more, where we learn more together. Exponential learning there will should
Right.
be more.
I think that
So
probably they should have like had some kind of on-campus activity. I think many
right,
many
right,
many of the other courses do, right? Like at least like they
right.
have a on-campus activity for like 1 week or 2 weeks kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of helps the people gel together,
Right, even get to know the
get to
professors
know the
better.
professors.
So I think most of the professors are
Mm.
from the research background or from the
Mm-hmm.
industry expert. But we hardly get a chance to interact apart from our classes to
So
get to know much about their experience, skills,
right,
research,
right.
and where we can contribute or
Yeah,
how
yeah,
we can
because
contribute.
yeah, from yeah, so we miss knowing about the professor's research area, right? And
Right,
who is the professor to reach to?
right,
Given that if we want to do something even for the product, or let's say for research, right?
right.
We should be able to reach to that person.
Mm.
Yes, so that aspect is there. But I remember first sem was like we had like 4 lectures in a single day,
Yeah,
8 hours with a 15 minutes and a 1 hour break.
right, right.
And that was like too heavy.
Yeah.
Subjects were heavy. We were coming into, at least I was coming into study mode after a long time. So it was pretty exhausting. But I think the first sem felt so hard that the second and the third sem
Yeah,
felt relatively easy.
right,
Uh,
right.
so so that aspect is there. Which of the subjects do you think you are applying the most in your domain? So before we go there, let's talk more about your domain. And so you said it is automatic speech recognition, ASR. So tell me more about it, and which subjects you feel is adding most value to your domain or the day work life.
Sure. So automatic speech recognition, or other words, we can say speech to text. So basically, it's a technology
Hmm.
where we convert spoken speech into the text. So, for example, most of the times people nowadays are using Amazon Alexa, Google Home, or might be they sometimes use some video captions, right? So all these things are powered by speech recognition itself,
Hmm.
converting spoken speech into the text using the AI.
Hmm.
So majorly it's the automatic speech recognition.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's the simple definition. And where I'm subjects, so which helping me it's DNN, obviously, like
Hmm.
deep neural network, and then NLP as well. Like there are still many things: preparing the data, processing the data, or after post processing the data, or as I mentioned in the NLU as well.
Hmm.
NLP is helping, and then I think most of the subjects are helping. So if
Hmm.
you see from the topics perspective, like so for example, we learn about the gradient descent.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that was in some other
Correct,
subject. I
correct.
just forget the name.
So it's like a cross-cutting subjects are there,
Right,
like
right.
that deep learning we had. All those are cross-cutting subjects.
ML
ML,
optimizations.
even mathematical
Yeah,
foundations. So those are like building the foundations, and then we have the specializations.
right. So that's what I'm saying, that the person who designed this course
Hmm.
is quite good, is quite knowledgeable, quite skilled. The
Hmm.
course content is really very good.
Hmm.
But it would be even more better if the few of the professors are able to, like
Hmm.
uh, express those things in a
Hmm.
much better way.
You're right. Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, right? So teaching is art. You
Right,
might have all the knowledge, but to present it in a logical, sequential, and build up manner, that is something of a art as well, right? It's more
right,
like storytelling the topics. Few professors are very good at it.
right,
um, I feel except for maybe like 2 or 3 professors, I feel most of them were okay
right.
in terms
Yeah.
of telling,
Mhm.
telling the or covering the topics and all. So the other thing is, so I know that you have certain startup aspirations. So can you talk a bit more about it? Um, I see that you are very enthusiastic in this startup thing, and you have aspirations of your own. So do cover something.
Yeah, so like building things from scratch, or building technology, building businesses is, you can say, one of my hobby or passion itself.
Hmm.
So like the tech. So like right now, you can say, I mean, I'm a research engineer or in the field of software engineering itself. So I still remember when I was in seventh or eighth class, I decided that I will going to be a software engineer, or whatever will be my career, it will be totally revolving around the technology itself. Like I decided, or you can say, because till eighth class, I enjoy all this tech hardware things, and learn uh, like using the computer, learning all those things. So at that time, my goal was clear, like whatever uh, will be my future, it will be revolving around the tech itself. Then as I grow, like I have a family business, so I used to see the business activities. And I also like when I was in college, there were many females. I interact a lot with my seniors. Even most of my time, like I spend with my seniors itself, who build stuff, who are building around something around the startups ecosystem itself. So there I also get to like my interest towards businesses, building the things um, rises. So that's how like uh, tech and businesses, or you can say startup, really you can say uh, like I really like them,
Mm.
tech or building those things. So during my college days itself, I built few of the startups, I built few of the businesses. Even still I try to do few of the things in the side. But one thing that I like is, apart from my technology, or you can say apart from my tech, I learn a more apart from whatever I know, whether it's finance, whether it's legal, like whether it's GST, whether it's incorporating the company, whether it's managing the taxes, whether it's managing the accounts. So
Mm.
it gives me you can say, a overall picture, a big picture how it comes to work, how the decision making is happening. And it not only helps me in that, but it also helps me in my professional career, or you can say my day-to-day job. So I get to know what is the thinking behind when some company recruits.
Mm. Mm.
What is the what can I like during my startup? I also interview most of the people. I like it will be difficult for me to find a relevant resume, to shortlist resume. And even uh, whatever the peoples I hired, most of them drop, might be because they get some better opportunity. Like there were many reasons, right? So I understand all those things. Okay, from the HR perspective, this is the problem, this is what's going in their mind. From the business perspective, from the business owner, or from some manager itself, what is going in their mind. From the director perspective, from the shareholder perspective, what's going in their mind. So
Mm.
that gives me overall pictures around that. And I would say it helps me like
Mm.
uh,
So
to
you
learn.
kind of become like a well-rounded professional kind of.
Right.
So you are covering all aspects what is
Right.
involved in a entire running a business kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, so that's a good experience. From your startup perspective, one of the things which is required is like a network, right? So, do you think that the current MTech might help you in that aspects as well, like networking with people, knowing more people, and knowing a varied group of people as well, correct? And everyone might have their own circle of competence or something they are very good at, which you can rely on when you are need that kind of, right? Because there are only 24 hours in a day, and you can't read up everything. Correct. So do you think the networking aspects is also which which you will be of use?
Yeah, obviously. So I think one of the best decision is that I taken this courses. Here there are people from almost all the industries, from almost most of the companies, and almost from all the age groups, whether they are like 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Even there are people's like from more than 25 years of experience, 30 years of industry experience.
Hmm.
So uh, if I go in, like if I take the drop and I go some college, might be most of the people were of my age, who are building things, who are just thinking like around like what should be what they
Mm-hmm.
need to do, or like the same thing. But with this, the people are like there are a few people who are CEO, who are CTO from the companies, who are at tech lead, who are having the 15 years of experience. So all these are actually helping me, and most of the peoples are really helpful, and they are like really helpful for each other. So for example, giving my like I will give you a example how it helps me. So 2 years back I have my own startup, and we are trying to collaborate with one of few of the B2B companies,
Mm-hmm.
which are like those are one of the top B2B companies, and we try to mail to the CEO, CTO, director, everyone, but we hardly get any reply or any feedback whether our product is good, or whether we should change our product, or what is the lack behind our product. So within our group itself, I found that there is some guy who works in that particular company, and at a CXO level, and has like spent 15 years in that company, and he directly, like just simply call that person to the CTO person that I have some person in my connection who wants to discuss something, and he just simply schedule a call, I guess 45 or 1 hour call, and I share my ideas, share my insights, he
Mm-hmm.
share his feedback, and it really helps me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So like from 6 months, 7 months, I'm trying to find up like trying to like reach to that person, try to mail that person, and here someone just simply call that person and schedule a meeting that yeah,
Yeah.
I just so that really helps for me, and I think we can uh, help each other a lot. Like it's really like, at least for me, it's really very helpful.
Yeah, yeah. I think networking is something which needs to be
Right.
looked forward to, and I feel that in our current batch that aspect is missing a lot, and definitely
Right.
you are also trying to bridge that aspect of things, and hopefully we will have a very strong ecosystem who are like,
Mm.
and we will have like people who are like our allies, but at a different place kind, right?
Right.
Because the more you go higher up, you will need more allies than colleagues.
Right.
So yeah, so that's good, that's good. Now tell me this thing, so if let's say people want you for to reach you for help on something, which domain or area do you think is your go-to zone? So
So yeah, I can say yeah,
eh,
speech
mm,
recognition. And if you have any idea, or you just want to start something, I
mm,
can help
mm,
in like building the startup, or giving you the inputs right from incorporating the company, right from buying the domain to hosting the domain to
mm,
like
mm, mm,
like
mm.
creating the pitch deck to so startup and speech recognition, I can
Speech
say.
sectors. Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good. Now, coming to, tell me some aspect of your personal aspect, not study related, not work related, which you want to share with everyone, which not many people know of.
So first thing is like yeah, uh, I like whatever I'm doing. So as I mentioned, uh, for me it's not more about a job or building things. For me it's like uh, enjoying my hobby, or you can say enjoying my passion. It's
Mm,
my hobby or passion only. Tech is something my passion and
mm,
hobby.
mm,
This is one thing. And second thing is yeah, apart from that, in person, like I'm kind of little bit more about spiritual person,
mm,
and uh, like I just try to find out, sometimes I try to find out the purpose of life,
mm,
find out the meaning of life,
mm,
and most of the things whatever revolving around, I used to do meditation, I used to go to temples,
mm,
and I also like try to find some time, and like before bits I used to do a lot, but now I hardly got time. Like I try to uh, like read the Vedas, read our old Purans. So
mm, 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 mm. So now coming to people who want to do this MTech, what would be your like, let's say 4 or 5 advices before coming to this course? And before that, do you think this course is more useful to people who are already in the ML domain, or is it something which can people do to enhance their knowledge or break into the domain as well?
So yeah, I think uh, if someone is fresher
Mm,
and they want to join this, it will be quite difficult for them
mm,
to manage both professional life and understand all these things. Because the thing is here, I think for me it works somewhat good because I already have that domain knowledge. I am already from that domain. I know most of the things.
mm,
But someone who is totally new to this domain and who is totally fresher, uh, I wouldn't recommend that. I would suggest that there are many good playlists and there are many good lectures available on the YouTube
mm,
and on few of the good edtech websites as well. So first go through them, brush up your concepts, brush up your basic things about the machine learning, AI, ML,
mm,
about this course. And if you have enough time, like if your work-life balance is sorted out, if you are not have some day-to-day responsibilities or you don't have much I can say uh, day to day or daily
mm, mm,
responsibilities.
mm,
So then only you just go for this course. Otherwise, it will be quite difficult
mm.
if you are a fresher and you have a day to day responsibility in the profession. So
Right, right, right. So that's one advice. And if people have decided to take this course, so what would be your top advice to go about completing the course?
I would say,
So once you said point you said about a study group, which is a very good
mhm,
point, right? It will form very small, and I think the study group should not be too large, and
right.
also it shouldn't be like a open domain kind of, in the sense like many people are joining and all. That may work in some aspect, but it's more like it becomes another classroom, right? And
Mhm, right.
one person is teaching and others are just trying to gain. It has to be more like a to and fro. So
Experiential. Yeah.
that is one part. Any other aspects you said? Do you think a structured devoting like a 1 hour 2 hour every day is a must?
So Uh, technically, yes. So it should be, but to be frank, it's quite difficult because even I try from my own. Like I think that I will try to devote at least 1 hour
Mm,
per day.
mm.
But to be frank, it's difficult to manage, and
Sometimes happens,
it
sometimes doesn't happen, kind of.
yeah.
Mm,
So I would say, uh, if you take this course. Uh, Ultimately you should have good peers
mm,
and you should be helpful to your peers
mm,
only, I
mm,
would say,
mm,
because only the peers can help you.
mm,
And if you have a strong peers or if you have a strong group, that I would say will be one of the major power for you
mm,
to cop up this course. Because I know if I just think that I can go with this course single handedly, I can learn everything on my own.
mm,
I think I will drop in the first semester itself.
mm, mm,
But this is the group itself, I can say. So if you have a small group, so with my experience, I can say that I used to have a small group. The small group, we not only discuss about our professional things, we also discuss about our personal things as well.
mm,
So that helped me that yeah, this is my friend itself. This is my some another friend that used to be like when I was in my bachelor's, when I was in my uh, college days, right? So who helped me in learning the things, who helped me uh, doing the segments, who helped me in quizzes as well, even who also gave me some emotional support as well. So having a small group really helps me. And apart from that, I don't think so, like for me, most of the I try most of the things, but none of them works. But this
mm,
is the one of the most powerful things that works for me.
mm, 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 mm. Right, right. And have you thought about your dissertation topic as of yet? So next sem is a dissertation. So have you thought through it?
So it will be revolving around speech recognition only.
ASR. So in ASR domain, the data is not a problem, right? Because you have like so much of video contents over the internet.
No
Is it like is
data
it
is not.
data is a problem because of a particular domain, correct? Yeah.
No. So data is a problem because the thing is, so data is a problem with almost each AML application. So
Mm-hmm.
the thing is here, we required not only the audio, but we also require the corresponding transcriptions
Mm-hmm.
for the training. So it's not like I have the audio. I also need the right corresponding transcript, like what is spoken in each particular audio.
Mm-hmm. So that becomes a challenge because
Right.
many videos might be there, but the corresponding
Transcription is not.
transcription for the audio might not be there. So this, and what are other kind of challenges you face in ASR? Like
There are many challenges. So, for example, specifically, if I tell you about India, yeah, Indian context, because I have worked and trained models
mm,
for more than 10 Indian languages. So, for example, by multi-speaker challenge, for example, let's suppose you are going in the car
mm,
and there is some speech recognition solution in the car, and some person are speaking in the background, or uh,
mm,
music is playing in your radio. So that is difficult to transcript whether
mm,
you are speaking or someone is speaking in the background.
mm,
And then with India context, people are speaking multiple languages in a multiple. So for example, right now we are speaking in English, but might be I can switch to some other
mm,
languages
mm,
in
mm,
Hindi, right?
mm, mm,
So people switch languages in between. So if our speech recognition model only know English, then it will fail in multiple, where multiple speakers or a single speaker is speaking in
mm,
multiple
mm, mm,
languages.
mm.
And then noise is one of the issues. So for example, if you are using speech recognition solution in some noisy environment, or in some like where there is some echo, like there are many kinds of different noise, so there it will fail. So kind of there are many. Then another issue like there, for example, dialect. So for example, if I say most of the people speak Hindi in India, right?
Mm,
But the dialect change, the
mm,
way of speaking Hindi, the way of speaking the words change.
mm,
I can say after each state or after each city, each 40 to 50 kilometers. So
mm.
the same person who is speaking some XYZ will can say something like in some other way or some other dialect. So
So
accent is another
yeah,
issue.
so
So yeah,
I think it can be taken as an opportunity as well, right?
right,
Because if that challenge was not there in the Indian context, probably for the models trained by at the US and the other English
yeah,
speaking, it would have worked equally good in India. And
right.
so that brings a lot of opportunities to us as well.
India has its own challenges.
Mm,
So, for example, if you see in US, they have like they don't have much different dialects. They don't have much
mm,
different
it's
accents.
yes.
In India, we used to have a different dialects and
Right,
accents.
right,
So yeah,
right, right. So it's very good. Variations are too many. Variations
right.
are too many. So for this scenario, is it like that you have to retrain the model, or you have to make like a universal model kind of thing, which has seen everything, all the possible
So
samples?
so it most of the times it depends upon the requirements as well, the business use case as well. But generally, we used to gather that much of different variations of data, different types of accents data, and then we also try to do few of the augmentation techniques as well,
Mm,
synthesizing, generating most of the few of the data sets. So, for
mm,
example, generating the data using the TTS, text to speech, or like gathering the data from some other free publicly domain, because nowadays there are many good government initiatives as well. There are many good non-profit organizations as well who are working aggressively towards it, and providing data open source,
mm, mm,
easy to access for everyone. So yeah.
mm, mm. And that there are, so there would be so to get the sorry, what we transcription, there would be softwares as well, right? But yeah, it won't work because it becomes a catch 22 situation, because you are
Right.
dealing with English, not a pure English, Hindi mixed with English. And if you want automatic uh, transcription generation, that model
Mm.
should have been trained on that
Right,
already.
right,
So it's like a catch 22 situation.
right.
So the whole, I think the solution over there is probably human transcriptors, right?
Right.
To
So
for the
nowadays
quality
we
one.
used to have some different way as well.
Hmm.
Like for example, we learn semi-supervised learning, unsupervised learning as well.
Hmm.
So for researchers and few of the researchers are going towards that as well.
Hmm.
Might be in future we don't have that much of dependencies on manual transcriptions. So
Hmm.
we are moving towards that as
So
well.
how does, so in India we have this AI for Bharat
Mm,
initiatives, right?
mm.
So how does that effort help in the ASR side? Does it help?
Yeah, to be frank, uh, I think uh, I spoken more than 10 different companies
Hmm.
based out of India, or few of the companies based out of US as well, who are working in ASR.
Hmm.
And not a single company is there who is not using their solutions or their data. They are really like doing a commendable job, and the data they are providing, the
Hmm.
data labeling they are providing, even they also providing their own models as well. They also providing their own platform, so they are really doing a quite good job. And
Hmm.
most of the companies are using their solutions. Even I also use their solutions,
Hmm.
few of their solutions in training the models.
Hmm.
And they have I guess open source license for the commercial as well, so they are really doing a great job.
Hmm. Hmm. Nice, nice. All right. So dissertation you have decided in ASR. Which topic probably you are still making your mind,
Right.
and you have like 3 months for that. So it was good, Tanmay, talking to you, and I know that you are trying to do some networking work to increase the interactiveness of between our batch in the startup domain. So best of luck for that as well, and also to your this remaining part of MTech and your startup. So I would be
Yeah.
very happy to see you doing good in a startup domain, and getting some good name, right? So
Yeah.
and hopefully we will remain in touch even after our MTech.
Sure, sure, sure. Yeah, I will be surely. Thanks a lot, and thanks for this initiative. I guess this will really helps others to get to know each other, our peers as well.
Yep.
So
So
yeah.
so that's the idea. Bye for now, Tanmay.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Thanks.